the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome back to the School of Marvelous Light. Little flock, your father would have you know about this third rock from the sun, this little orb floating out in space that you're walking upon. He would have you know that this is a body, it's a child, and it grows into a man and it waxes old and it dies. And then a new child is born. Keep listening. A new civilization is born. A new nation is born. A new dominion is born. You understand? It's like a woman travailing in birth. And when the birthing begins and the labor begins, there's no turning it back. And when it comes upon a woman, it comes violently upon her and unexpectedly. She doesn't know the day or the hour that she's going to give birth. But only the Father knows this. Are y'all listening to this? Can y'all receive it and hear it? And break it down and unpack it? Because I'm giving it to you in a package, so you have to unpack it to be able to understand what I'm saying if you follow. This earth that you've been walking upon, let's call him Esau. So when he was birthed, his civilization was birthed. His dominion was birthed. First. And that's why you were found in slavery, little flock. That's why you were found under hard labor, persecuted, gang stalked, set up, plotted against. This is why. Because you're waiting for the birth of a new nation, the birth of a new orb, a birth of a new body, the birth of a new dominion, a new creation, a new earth, and a new heaven, a new child. Esau came out first, all red and hairy, like a hairy garment. Rough, wild, untamed, lustful, murderous, lying. That is the world. It doesn't matter about the races or the nations. That is the world. No one can get around that. And the representatives of that world, or the children of that world, are who have subjected you to the hardships and the hard labors. They are the Egyptians. They are the Babylonians. They are the Sodom and Gomorrah. They are Rome. The children of that world. And the new world is coming. And that requires a birth, which requires travail, which is what we've been warning you all about. Prepare for the new body, because if you're not prepared for the new body, you won't be able to pass into it. You see, you will be washed away when the new is born. Only thing will be left are the children of the new child, or as Abba says it in his own way, Jacob, Israel. Did Jacob come out after Esau? Now, is Esau the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it? See? See, little flock, how it's all connected? You can't get around what Abba has said because he's put it everywhere for you to see it. This cataclysm is about change. The regeneration, the restoration, the replenishing. You see? There has to be a change. And he has said, if you want to be part of that new earth and inherit it as for you to have dominion of it, then you must be able to keep the ways of Israel, because it's Israel's world, just like Esau or Rome had their world. That's why he put it in his Bible. So that you know, little flock, you know, because it's written to you. My sheep know my voice. His little flock. There's no other flock but his own. And he has two sheepfolds, and he is going to put them together as one. He has said this. He said he will leave his 99 sheep to go get his lost sheep. And he will come back rejoicing with him. This is written all through the Bible as well. Judah and Ephraim, he will take the two sticks, Judah and Joseph, and make them one stick in my hand. That's the prophecy. And he's doing it now. Because it's time for Jacob to be birthed. The earth, the new earth, is going to be birthed any moment, in the twinkling of an eye. But before that birth is a great night of laboring. The mother is going to have a night of labor. But when the morning comes and she brings forth that child, and his father sees that child and rejoices over his new baby, he's already had his experience with his first baby. And he tried to raise him, and he tried to teach him, and he rejected our father. And he gave away his birthright, just like Cain did when he killed his brother and became a murderer. By choice. No one made him do that. No one made Esau do what he did. They made their choices. I told you, this is the third time. Cain, first time. Esau, second time. Now this is the third time. I will yet choose Israel again, so it will yet be Esau again. It's the same story, y'all. And that's why he said, don't be a profane person like Esau. He didn't say nobody else. He said, don't be a profane person like Esau, Israel, who for one morsel of meat sold his own birthright. And you have his children to this day saying that Jacob tricked him out of his birthright, when that's a lie. They still lie. He gave it up on his own. And though he sought repentance with many tears, he will not receive it. So when his time is over, it's over. And it's over forever. It will never rise again. Just as we will never fall. And this is not an unrighteous thing what he has done, seeing as we have been on the bottom for hundreds of years. We have been at the bottom of society, little flock. We have been the outcast, it is written. The black sheep of the bunch. The one who's cast away. The outcast. You see? And that's why he reminded us to endure. To endure means to hang on and don't let go. Why hang on, Father? What is there to hang on to? My promise. Well, what is your promise? That we would inherit the earth for ourselves. We wouldn't be slaves anymore. We wouldn't have to labor to feed ourselves and our children anymore by the sweat of our brow. We have a better country, Eden. Now, where do you want to live today? Somewhere on this earth in one of these lands that they got today? Or you want to return to Eden? Holy Mount Zion. A set-apart place. A holy place. Where we walk barefoot. Because there is nothing in that city that offends or hurts. You hear me? What did Abba say? Take your shoes off, man. This is set-apart ground we walking on here. It's set apart. It's separated from the harsh world of thorns. This ain't no thorns here. Everything is accommodating here where we are. And so if you know that, and you know that it's only a matter of time before this child is birthed, and if you have witnessed a woman give childbirth, then you know the process. See? Then you know what to expect in this world here. Let's see. This earth is going to be the woman birthing the new child. See? This space is the woman that's birthing out that earth, the new one. You understand? And that woman, is there anything anybody can do for her when she goes into labor? I mean, what can you do? And we're not talking about artificially, we're talking about naturally. She has to go through something that only she and Abiyah knows what's going on there. And it's painful and it's rough and tiring and exhausting if you've watched the process. And so that's what it will be. And that's why he said, endure. For when a woman receives her man child in her hands, then she has forgotten the travail. And that's why we endure. Wait a second. Once the new earth is birthed, and she has great rest, when she grabs that baby and lays that baby on her chest, skin to skin, and starts to rub the vernix all into the baby's skin and massage that baby for the first time, and puts that baby onto her nipple, and it starts to nurse, and the colostrum starts to come down in her breast, and the baby suckles for the first time, they're going to release a love hormone between them two, a bonding hormone between those two. And then there's a beautiful moment. And when she experiences that, she has now forgotten the pain it took to have that baby, for she now has her baby in her arms. And that is what is written. And so we are the same. For we, as the people of God, are the wife of God. And you will find that if you just read it in there. That's why he said, you will call me husband now. That's why y'all don't hear the grandson of right thought be referring to the Most High as the Lord. If I'm reading it out the scriptures and it's written there, just for the sake of not confusing, sometimes I may say it. But I don't, when I'm talking on a video, I don't say the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, because he says you won't say that no more. The old man used to say the Lord. The new man says my husband. And if you watch my videos, you'll hear me say it. I am married to Christ. I am married. I am one. You'll hear me say it all the time. Married, my husband. And it sounds strange because you would say, well, you're a man. And what are you saying about a husband? Well, if you don't understand, you don't understand. He tends and keeps my mind and my heart on a daily basis. Therefore, he's my husband. He tells me what to think and feel. I don't tell myself what to think and feel, because if I did, I'd be wrong. And I know that. So I died. I died. What does that mean, you died? When I'm facing a circumstance, my personal feelings and thoughts are non-existent, because all I'm doing is saying, Abba, what do I think and feel here? And then he tells me. And see, he says, I and the Father are one. That's what Christ said. So when I say Christ, I'm saying the Father. When I say the Father, I'm saying Christ, because they're one. My life is hid in Christ, in God. See? Y'all see how it goes? So when you know that, then you ain't got to be scared. You say, wait. I'm being preserved through this. I'm being kept through it so that I may inherit it. The new one. That's designed for me. This world you live in right now is designed. All the landscape and everything, how you see how it's built and everything, how it's designed, is built for Edom. To find success in it. His way. Abba gave him that as grace, because he's a gracious, loving, merciful God. So he gave him a world that will benefit him, and he has sucked it up dry, man. He's loved every bit of it, man. Sucked all the oil out of everywhere and cut all the trees down out of every damn thing and just did what he wanted to do. Y'all know that. Y'all have seen enough Avatar and all kind of shit to know what the hell Esau done on the earth. Y'all know it. Especially you, little flock. You know. So then what happens when the world is transformed into a likeness that matches you? You're going to have everlasting joy. He says you won't have any tears there, any sorrows. He designed he designed Eden for his son. And his son is going to have his kingdom. That's simple, that's simple, that's simple, that's simple. So the other son said, well, hold on. The other Bar Abba said, Cain, Esau, see? He's always going to come from the royal bloodline. And that's why he's like Loki. In a way, you see? You see why Loki just couldn't do right? Because he wasn't the rightful heir? And that just bothered him. He could never get off of it. He stayed a trickster and a deceiver. He could never change and shit. No matter how much Thor had hope and cried and did all kind of shit and sacrificing himself for him and every damn thing, Loki just wouldn't change. It's the same thing, y'all, little flock, that you going through out here in this world. It's the same old thing. That's why it's always being shown to you. He's going to come from the royal line. Look at Cain. He would be considered the son of Adam. You see, it's the truth. And so here comes Abel. Well, hold on. He's the preferred son. He came after Cain. I got the birthright. I'm Cain. Yeah, but you murdered. So you were rejected of God. God wouldn't give you the earth if you're going to murder. And then you're mad and all upset talking about, am I my brother's keeper and all this nonsense? Why would the Most High create an earth and give it to you who already showed you will kill your own brother? A murderer from the beginning. And a bold not in the truth. Look at Loki. Look at Scar. Didn't Scar lie? Didn't he lie to Simba? Didn't he lie to Mufasa? Yes, let's create this stampede and then run Simba down in there and then tell him, yeah, it's all safe and you can just stay here. And then when the stampede come, I'll run personally. Remember, Scar ran to Mufasa and said, Mufasa, Simba, he's down in the, what'd he say? The trench or whatever he said. He's down in the valley or whatever he said. Y'all know what he said. And Mufasa took off running and sacrificed himself for his own son so that his son may live. And his son did live. And he was a fugitive and a vagabond out in desolate places, just like Cain. Just like Moses. Y'all don't get it, do you? Y'all don't get it. Moses killed somebody and then he ran out into the wilderness. And he was out there because he was scared that he would be found out for murder. Ain't that what's written? Ooh, yeah. So what does this mean, grandson? This means that the sons of the river, like it says about Moses, that's why he was put on the water, because he was sent from another place to here. So that's why Abba Yah put him in a little ark and put him in a river and sent him down to the queen's house, because that's what Abba Yah was doing spiritually. He was sending his spiritual elect chosen Moses from the spiritual realm down over the river, which is between here and heaven, over that river to here. Just like when Elijah had to cross the river before he went up to heaven to physically show the spiritual part of it, he had to cross a river in order to go back to heaven. There's a river that separates the two, a firmament, a river, and he have to go across it. Well, that's what Moses was, the son of the river. And when he murdered somebody, he ran out in the wilderness and hid out there. And when Abba Yah called him and said, come on, man, I need you back. He said, who am I? I don't speak good. I don't this. And he doubted and he wrestled. So then if we fast forward that today, just like I've told you guys, all that stuff that I just told you was to bring you to this full circle of saying that same story is going down inside of you as well. That's why I pointed out Moses, so that you would go, wait, what? He sure did kill somebody and then ran off in the wilderness as a vagabond and a fugitive, just like Cain did. I want y'all to hear that so you can see that there's a choice in each and every one of you. You have a Cain and you have an Abel. You have a Jacob and an Esau born in you. This is the world of duality. Okay, so look at it like this. There's an eye from the pit. Okay? That's the side of you that's all, I'm bad, I'm unworthy, I've murdered, I've sinned, I just deserve nothing. That's the pit side. The eye in the pit who's looking at you, making you feel bad. Okay? And then I told you as well, you have an over-righteous side of yourself as well. A side of yourself that accuses you for not being good. No. Don't eat that. God said don't eat that. Don't do that. You'll be bad if you do that. You see? There's two eyes. There's one before you do the sin, and there's one after you do the sin. And they both are accusing you. Well, you have to learn how to be the man in the middle, like I've told y'all from the beginning. Ooh, yeah. That's because the Spirit coming down with the info right now. You see, little flock? Y'all remember when that angel, he had 1 foot on water and 1 foot on land? Mm-hmm. Remember the vision of Daniel on that river? You see? Why is that? Because there's a man that takes the 2 men and makes 1 man out of them. So he uses these 2 symbols to illustrate that. 1 foot on earth, 1 foot on water. It means both sides of that man is under subjection to 1 new man. And that's why it's an angel, mighty angel standing there. You see what I'm trying to tell y'all? Oh, I hope y'all can hear this today. I hope you can hear this today. Now, y'all remember Enoch? Remember how Abba said he walked with God? And so God took him and he was translated. That means changed into a new creature. He was changed into a brand new thing. Well, that means that the 2 men in him had to become 1 new man. Now, y'all are familiar with the scripture that says that he makes out of the 2, the twain, 1 new man. See, those 2 eyes that's accusing you, your over righteous side, your over wicked side. You have to be balanced and in the middle. And that's why he said it's a very narrow path and few shall find it. And you have to keep your eyes on the shepherd of that narrow path, which is Yahusha. He's the one that's going to watch. Thank you, mama. Marhala. Thank you, mama, so much. I love you. Thank you for kissing me on my cheek right now. I'm going to kiss you back. Thank you. She just said, Yahusha was dealing with those Pharisees. Remember when they wanted to stone the woman? Okay, now we're going to zap you. You that woman. See, we're going to zap you right into her. Boop, you that woman. Okay, now that's the point. Remember those 2 eyes that are accusing you. The over wicked side, Cain, that feels like he can't be forgiven, that feels like he's no good, that feels like he has no hope, that feels like he's just all bad, and that the Father never will forgive him because he is what he is. I've already played you guys the audio that y'all could have heard it and everything. That's the over wicked side. And the over righteous side feels like he can never be right before God because he can't do good enough. So he just works and does works to try to earn God's favor. So he's always accusing you because you always fall short. Well, that's the woman caught in adultery. Now the eye, see the over-righteous, which are the Pharisees, are coming to stone her for it. Yahusha protected her. That's you. And that's why you have to be led by him, because he will protect you from those wolves that seek to accuse you. That's why in the end, it will say the accuser of the brethren is cast down. Why? Because there's one who got through the narrow path. He wasn't over righteous or over wicked. He just was what he was. And he accepted that and said, I still love the Lord. I'm still going to follow after him anyway. And then he was woke up, converted, and translated into a new thing. And he said, wait, my husband, no longer the Lord. That's what happened. It's called grace. No man can earn it. So then it would be stupid for me to tell y'all I did something to earn what I got. I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. He gave it to me by grace. Grace. So then I know that that nigga that's over righteous trying to talk to me is cast the fuck down now. I don't listen to him, in other words. I don't pay attention to him. I know that over wicked side is cast the fuck down. And that's why y'all hear me talk the way I talk. Very balanced. Not over righteous, not over wicked. That's what you hear me, that's what you hear coming out of my mouth right now, don't you? You say, oh, it's wicked, he cussed. But he's not lying. So it's not over wicked, is it? No. All right then. So I ain't trying to be perfect is what I'm telling you. I'm trying to get you to understand what Abba Yah wants you to know. And if I gotta sometimes cuss at you to get you to understand that, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Cause I ain't over righteous. I don't believe I can speak in a way that's pleasing to God. Just like Moses didn't. I don't either. So I ain't gonna try to. Cause I don't listen to that damn accuser. I listen to Yahusha. And Yahusha says, I am pleased with you. I am pleased with you. And as long as he's pleased with me, what the hell I give a damn about anybody else? That's why the accuser is now cast down. And Yahusha has now won over a bride. Don't you hear me? He has now found a bride who will listen to everything he says and will not listen to any other man. That's all he wanted. And once he finds that and the fullness of that comes in, he's going to take her into the bridal chamber, and they're going to celebrate for 7 days. Ooh, it's so beautiful if you know Abba's truth. You hear me? You feel me? So that's what you got coming for you, little flock. That's why I tell y'all, don't worry. Don't even worry about it. And especially y'all, little flock, when y'all hear me on the videos going off about the wickedness, why you sweating it? Why you feeling bad? Why you feeling convicted? Ain't that how you feel about the wicked? You be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, but then it ain't no but. Then it ain't no but. Then it ain't no but. Shit, I told you butts are full of shit. Ain't no but. You gotta know that that's the world you living in. Nigga just trying to accuse you, man. But you gotta be the man in the middle. I told y'all that. That's why Yahusha was crucified between two thieves. Not one, two. They were both thieves. They were both stealing from the body. What does that mean? Stealing the life force of the body. Stealing the hope and the joy of the body by telling him he's bad, by telling him he ain't did it right, by telling him he can never be good enough. Those are the two voices. That's it. Accusing. That shit is done for and it's dead. We don't listen to your stupid ass anymore. I am what I am. I can't change what I am, nor can I separate myself from the love of who loves me. So then what the hell? Oh, man. No. How did they overcome the accuser? By the blood of the Lamb. Did you drink his blood in communion? Because if you did, then you'll overcome all the wicked enemy. Just like I'm showing you right now how it works. I got people right now saying this to me. I hear a voice in my head accusing me, telling me I'm wicked, telling me I'm wrong, telling me God doesn't love me, telling me I'm separated from God, telling me this and telling me that. Well, that ain't nobody but the accuser of the brethren. That's all he is, little flock. He's nothing but the accuser of the brethren that just wants to accuse you of some sin. Well, if you're dead, then how the hell can you be accused of sin? I want you to right now to open up a cold case file of a murder. And you open it up and you got a suspect. Where you go and you've did all the research and did all the evidence and did every damn thing, and you found out he sure indeed is the killer. Why the fuck they let him go? So you go to serve him justice and you go to his house. He's sitting in the fucking couch right there, dead as fuck. He been dead for weeks. Are you still going to slap the handcuffs on his wrists? Are you still going to tackle this nigga down on the ground and say, stop resisting? Or are you going to read that dead ass nigga his Miranda rights? Are you going to read him anything? No, you're going to cover your mouth and your nose with a handkerchief and run out of that house hoping you don't barf every fucking where. And then you're going to call the coroner. And you're going to take that cold case and you're going to put it right back in the box and stick it right back on the shelf. That's what happens with us. Siloma Israela.